for a long time, I would just include both in the same breath every time I said it. On or in, the right hand or forehead. Anything that had to do with your right hand or forehead, I'm going to stay away from it. Doesn't matter if it goes in, doesn't matter if it's on, just stay away from it. And so here we go again with this national ID card that's coming out. And if that is what it requires, folks, then again, I have to heavily warn to stay away from it. Do not get this national ID card if that's what it's going to require you to do, to get a retinal eye scan or your fingerprints taken, because it would fulfill this in Revelation 13. And, one of the things that comes to me all the time, especially when I start getting into last days events, is it's going to be by deception, that everything's coming by deception. And so I think this guy hit it right on the head when he said, you know what, everybody's looking for this chip to come, that this chip is going to be it, and they'll just come through the back door and deceive everybody with this national ID card instead. And that's exactly what they could do, folks. Because if you look at what I just read in these Greek translations, what this guy did from the original Greek translation, to what they were saying after 9/11, in a paraphrase of what they were claiming, that a new law will be passed that would require everyone, whether on welfare, middle class, or wealthy, to provide some identifying mark that's either in their right hand or a facial and retina scan to be encoded into a badge or cord that will allow you to conduct everyday affairs of life dealing with public commerce. And this is some of the things coming out of our own government, folks. These are quotes and paraphrases coming out of our own government. And no one will be able to drive, gather in public buildings, or shop at stores, or conduct trade of any kind, including holding a job or collecting Social Security, without this badge or card of authorization showing you are in compliance with the government, having your own biometric marks and Social Security number. So, folks, you know what? From all intents and purposes, this national ID card is this forewarned coming marked image number of the beast. All three in one. All three. It could fulfill all three. Just this national ID card. And so to me, there's no doubt in my mind that it definitely is something that Christians can't do. We can't involve ourselves with this. That's when the rubber hits the road. That's when you really have to decide which road you're on, the Lord's or man's. And so you have to think ahead, folks, because if this is going to be enforced in 2008, that you can't buy, sell, go to the bank, do anything, that alone is a tip-off warning. That's exactly what the Bible was warning about being the mark of the beast. Then you've got to be prepared to be able to go sometime without it. And I don't know how long. I've been feeling a lot lately, and I've been asking other people, has the Lord been telling you to stock up for 6 months? Is he, and I've been asking different various people, because for a long time now, I don't know if it's my own personal situation where I will need to be stocked up for 6 months, or if it's something that everybody needs to do. But 6 months definitely just keeps coming to me all the time. Every time I turn around, I'm thinking about this stuff. And so I'm preparing for that. Imagine the stores are open, but you can't go to them. You don't have this national ID card. You can't buy anything. You can't cash your check because you don't have your national ID card, so the bank won't allow you to cash your check. So you can't go to work because there's no sense in working because you can't cash your check. You can't buy gas in your car because you don't have your national ID card. All of a sudden you're in a bind, folks. All of a sudden your daily life as you know it right now is going to come to a halt. It's going to come to a halt. And I'll tell you what, a lot of people are going to be standing there at the crossroads of decision right there. You know what, do you just turn around and go home and depend on the Lord to take care of your needs? Or do you just, in frustration, decide, oh, those church people have it wrong. This isn't the mark of the beast. I'm going to go ahead and get it. Oh, they're all wrong. Because it says by deception, Satan deceives the world, folks. He's not going to tell you ahead of time, hey, I'm going to deceive you. You know what? And the Lord says he's going to send his angels out before then to warn. Tech Probs will show. You guys having problems hearing the show, or let me see what's going on here. Okay, somebody wants me to turn my microphone all the way up. How does that sound? Somebody send me an IM or something. Let me know how that sounds. Alright. I've got it turned up all the way. I can't get it up any higher right now. So somebody send me an IM at SherryTalkRadio at Yahoo or an email and let me know how it sounds right there for you. Yeah, imagine that. Problems with volumes, problems with websites, problems with my server. This has just been an incredible 2 weeks. Just one attack after the next. Just one attack. My websites are down. Chemtrail Agenda was up for maybe 6 hours before they took it down. Maybe a little bit longer. I don't know. I certainly know it wasn't a whole day. It didn't even make it a day. And chemtrailagenda.com was taken down. They've ignored my emails. And this is Verizon. That is the servers behind my web host. And so, at the beginning of the month, they won't have an excuse. They're saying now that I'm out of bandwidth when I know I'm not out of bandwidth on that website. But that's what they're saying. But the first of the month, they won't have that excuse because all of my websites go back to zero, and the bandwidth starts all over again from zero. And so, it should definitely be up April 1st. And they won't have the excuse that I'm running out of bandwidth on the site because it's all back to zero at that point. And you know what, it's just one thing after the next. If it's not the website, it's the radio server being attacked. It's, I've had outrageous headaches all week. I've got an outrageous headache all day today. And I know there's a lot of satellite attacks that I go through. And so when you figure out how to stop one thing, they start another. And that's just the way it is, But it makes us smarter. We can learn how to fight them and how to defeat them at their own games. And I haven't really been feeling too bad since I just asked the Lord to destroy their equipment with a brute force. So, yeah, eventually you just get tired of taking, you stand up and do something. I mean, even the best of us get tired. We just get tired of always having to be on the defensive. And you know what, I just see in the Bible codes all the time about how Maitreya and me are going to go at it, and we're going at it, and we're brutal enemies and all this, and I'm thinking, this has to be something in the here and now. Not something later. I keep thinking this is going to happen in the future. I wouldn't doubt it if it's just something that's happening now on a daily basis, because we're just always going at it. I fight Satan every day, any way I can. Websites, radio shows, recordings, lists. I mean, any way you can think of. I got Orgone all over the country and the world, and he hasn't fully appreciated the full effects of this Orgone yet, but he's going to. He's going to. He's not here He's not here. He's hovering above the earth in his little UFOs. Capricorn, which is a huge cigar-shaped UFO that Sananda travels around in. And I'm probably Maitreya is with him. I don't know for sure if Maitreya is or not.